you get some dirt on me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was. I'm recording now. I was trying to get some. I was trying to ambush Ken. We were talking about cleaning records. I was trying to ambush him, but he didn't have the option turned on for me to record.
Because I know better.
Can we say that still? We're like almost done with the month, but this is
Good to
the
be
New Year
back.
episode.
Yeah. Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah. Right. So we'll just talk about records.
So today we're doing our episode on what we've been listening to
This
in
year.
the new year.
Yeah.
First couple of weeks of the new year, anyway.
Mm. Yeah.
Which means it might be new stuff, it might be old stuff. Whatever's hitting the turntable. Who's starting?
Let's see. I think did I go first? I think I went first last time. I don't know. I'll let you go first. I want to see what you got.
Okay. I'll start with an album that was actually a Christmas present
Oh yeah.
from my friend Scott.
Scott.
Big shout out to Scott. So this record I thought I would never own. This came out as a record store day release in one of the 3 drops last year. And the flipper guys like bought them all. And it was instantly like $50 to $75. So somehow Scott found a couple of these in a retail store and got them for regular price and surprised me. This is like one of my favorite records, but I never thought I'd see it on vinyl, you know? So for anybody that doesn't know about these guys are actually an American band. They sound like a European or British prog band, but they have kind of a little bit of a swampy overtone here and there. Chris Goss is the main component of this band. The lineup has been changing for pretty much every record, and Chris Goss is kind of the brains behind it. This is a really unique record because the drummer just happens to be Ginger Baker. During Ginger Baker's downtime when he was trying to be a polo star, these guys found him. I think he was maybe in Italy at that time.
Wow.
So they found him, they hunted him down and somehow talked them into being in their band.
Wow.
So I don't think he ever toured with them, but he played on this record. So this is a great record. The title, by the way, is Sunrise on the Suffer Bus. It's a bizarre title, bizarre cover.
Yeah.
Here's what the back looks like. Here's Ginger.
What a guy. Is it
Yeah.
the trio, or is that just?
This is a trio, yeah.
Wow.
So, like I said, it kind of changes every record. Yeah, great drums on this, as you can imagine. So they put this out as a record store day release on
Oh yeah.
sort of milky clear vinyl. And I've been listening to this just about every day. Love the record. It's a great pressing. Comes with a cool little insert sleeve.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Scott. Made my day.
Yeah.
Made my Christmas.
That was the day we were all listening to Sgt. Pepper.
That was the day of the 2020 Sgt. Pepper shootout. We listened to 4 versions of Sgt. Pepper that day.
I thought you were going to listen to each side front to back, but you kind of just like split it up like side
Yeah, we
by
just
side,
usually do one side of
or
each.
half a side, yeah. But that was still pretty cool to hear the difference. All right, I'm gonna kind of pick up where I left off in the last episode. Like I started rambling about another a record that wasn't really supposed to be part of the episode, but I was just so excited. And that's this one, dun, 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 which I'm actually gonna talk about. I kind of just like threw it up.
Which you almost passed on in my store, by the way.
Did I know? Why it looked like it was a little beat up, but it actually plays really, really, really nicely. But
You can't let stuff like that pass you by.
no, I know. I look. Am I holding it right now? Am I holding it?
It's a rare record.
And yes, I know. This is Egberto Gismonti, I think.
Gizmoni.
Gizmoni?
Yeah,
I don't.
that's how
Sometimes
I've heard it pronounced.
I don't. I should have looked it up because I was debating it in my head. Because sometimes in Portuguese they use a soft G, and the title is Sol do Meu Dia, maybe
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Son of My Day, something like that. Egberto. So Brazil is kind of known for like really incredible guitar players. Like even people who aren't known as guitar players are still like João Gilberto, kind of known as a singer, but his guitar playing is like staggering, you know. And he was.
Is it Luis Bonfa from there somewhere too?
What?
Luis Bonfa?
Yeah.
He's from there, right?
Yeah, Luis Bonfa.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else? I can't remember.
Can you hear that?
Torino Horta, the other another guy. Anyways, a lot of really, really great guitar players. I'm not gonna butcher all their names right now, but anyways, Egberto, he kind of stands out in a scene where everybody kind of stands out, but he stands out. He really plays like nobody else I can think of. Really, I mean, and he's also got Ralph Towner. So let me talk about the lineup.
Well, he kind of does the Ralph Towner thing.
He does, but he takes it like he's like Ralph Towner's aggressive, but Egberto's like almost.
Well, he's like the South American version of Ralph Towner, and he does the nylon string and he does the 12 string.
Right,
and
right.
He's also a very skilled pianist.
He is so crazy it's terrifying to hear him on piano. So he basically his whole thing is everything he plays on guitar is stuff that you shouldn't be able to play on guitar. And then everything that he can't play on guitar, he just plays on piano, basically. So he's really horrifying. So he's got Ralph Towner on here, who kind of plays a supporting role. Like Ralph Towner is a really good support music, like a good sideman. Like when people have him on the side, like he doesn't jump forward and he just does his thing. He keeps the texture going. He's incredible. Here's a cute picture of him in like a little, I don't know, it's like a sculpture. So yeah, so you have Nana Vasconcelos. I don't know if I've heard him on anything else. Another percussionist, a lot of really cool percussion on here. Colin Walcott, right here from Oregon. And of course, Jan Garbrick, the great Jan Garbrick. They have such cute pictures on here. Look, there's him. There's Nana. There's Egberto with a flute, I think. And this album, he's got like a little statement here about kind of the direction of the music, which was recorded after he visited the Sapane and Xingu Indians, or Native Americans, in the Amazon jungle. So he's incorporating their sounds, and I'm sure he learned stuff culturally that influenced the music. So it's very free flowing, and he's really got this incredible mixture of like raw, like very down here kind of energy, but the harmony is so advanced. And he somehow, and obviously there's a lot of people, like most great musicians have some sort of balance of those two, but his music is so aggressive and in your face, but the harmony is also so like unbelievably dense, but also listenable.
Well, the phrasing too.
And his phrasing, yeah. So I'm such a huge fan of this guy. He's absolutely incredible. So if you can hunt this down, or probably anything by him, we talked about a couple of his other records that are in your collection, but this is the only one I have of his so far.
Yep, they're all on ECM.
Yeah, he is so good.
Yeah, I've been a big fan for a lot of years.
Yeah.
You know, you might even hear a little bit of that in my playing.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
You know, phrasing wise.
Yeah.
I just picked this up a couple weeks ago at an antique mall, $2, mint copy. Man, this is one of the best bluegrass records ever. This is so good. And usually I would not even look at something on this label. This is the reissue of this record. It's on the Pickwick label, which is usually just garbage compressed kitty litter, you know. But what I figured out is the earlier ones, like the 60s pressings on this label, are really pretty decent. Probably because they weren't pressed by the usual, you know, pressing plant. I mean, this basically says in arrangement with MCA. So I don't know if MCA, if Pickwick was maybe a budget version or what.
Yeah.
But if you like kind of traditional bluegrass with a slightly modern twist, these guys rock. These guys are one of the biggest bluegrass duos of the 50s and 60s, I'll say, but probably more so 60s.
Yeah.
So I just scored a copy of this on Decca, which was the original label too. And if the U.S. Postal Service sort of stays in line with where they've been lately, I might see it by March or April.
Hey man, be careful about the Postal Service. They're working their asses off. They're working really hard.
Yeah, we'll end up with something extra in the mailbox.
Yeah.
But seriously, there's a couple of songs on here that I had heard before. Roll Muddy River, One Kiss Away from Loneliness, Hard Times, World of Unwanted, Lonesome Feeling, I'm Leaving. This is some serious shit.
Sounds like a real uplifting record.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, music to cry over. But yeah, these guys are really good players, and I particularly love, if you look real close here,
yeah,
on his Gibson mandolin,
yeah,
he put a piece of tape
right
over the Gibson. So they apparently didn't have any kind of you can see it here too. They apparently didn't have any kind of endorsement deal with Gibson. Just cut out a piece of square duct tape, you know, and put it over the Gibson logo.
Yeah, I knew a guy at Berkeley who did that with a Gretsch. He said something like he didn't approve of the company's practices or something. So, but he was playing the guitar, but he had a little.
Yeah. Well, my guess is they probably tried to get an endorsement and it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Osborne Brothers, Modern Sounds of Bluegrass Music.
All right.
Great record.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. I've been listening to a lot of ECM, which is not unusual, but just as I'm exploring, because this is kind of I've had it for a couple months, but it's still a relatively new system. So to be able to hear all my ECM stuff coming through it, it's impressed me more than just about every other label or any other production. There's a couple other things that sound really, really fantastic, but for me, every time I put on ECM stuff, it's like the the production is so it's not in your face. Like it's not like nowadays production is like, yep, this is somebody put some compression on that. It's like very natural feeling, but it's just so perfect and breathing, and you can hear everything. This is
Very performance based.
yeah, it's just all about the music and the sounds and everything. This is Keith Jarrett. This is Eyes of the Heart, and this is his. He's got kind of three main. Sorry, I'm getting a glare. I'm still working out my lighting here. He's got three main groups. He's got the trio with Jack DeJohnette, right? Or is Jack DeJohnette on this one? Yeah, with Jack DeJohnette and he just passed away. Gary Peacock, and then he's got the European quartet or quintet with Jan Garbrick, and this is the American group, which is sometimes a quintet with Guillermo Franco. This is just the quartet, and it's a live recording. So maybe he didn't come on tour with them; and he just played on records. I'm not sure. All right, I'm getting a little ball of light. But yeah, this is a live recording. It's a triple, or it's a double. It's three-sided. So one side is blank, and it's just them doing a concert. And I miss the percussion a little bit because one of the things that I really love about the American groups stuff is just how sonically interesting they are, and like so unconventional as far as an acoustic jazz group is concerned. There's like so many different textures, but you get a little bit of that here. You also get a lot of Keith Jarrett playing soprano saxophone, and man, his another dual instrumentalist who's just like unbelievable on his secondary instrument. He sounds like Keith Jarrett playing soprano sax. So he's got some like almost Coltrane type stuff going on in his when he's playing with Paul Motion. Oh, this is the group. I should
tell you. Paul Motion.
Yeah. So Paul Motion, who's kind of famous for playing in the Bill Evans trio, Scott LaFaro. Charlie Hayden, who's famous for playing in the original, well, not the original, but the famous Ornette Coleman quartet. And Dewey Redman, who I think played with Ornette on some of the later stuff. And it's a great group and really good interplay. He's got another cool statement in here, kind of talking about, I don't know if I can get this to where you can read it, but talking about just the energy that comes when you're playing in a group, and if you really let the music do its thing, like incredible things can happen. And this record captured it. At the end, he says, "It is not easy. It is not difficult. It is." Which is a little pretentious, but you kind of expect that from him. And it's true. It's absolutely true. Like anybody who's played with great musicians knows that that's what happens. But yeah. So, anything by this group, I still kind of prefer like Death of the Flower, Mysteries and stuff, just because they're more sonically interesting. But this is a really, really, really great record. The playing is just unbelievable.
All right, fasten your seatbelt.
All
right. It's the 85th birthday of the killer. I think it was last week. Jerry Lee.
Oh.
And so I've been revisiting Jerry Lee a lot. And this is the original Son.
Oh yeah.
Of his first record.
Wow.
Original pressing. So something I picked up years ago, and I haul it out every few years, and stays in the pile for 6 months or 8 months. Just a amazing record. High School Confidential, my favorite track. Just rip your face off rockabilly, recorded exactly the way it should be, really, really hot.
Right.
But yeah, if you haven't heard these original Son pressings, It's a really unique experience. It goes way beyond the typical, you know, just listening experience. Very three-dimensional.
Oh. I went to Sun in Tennessee. We went to
the remnants of Sun.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a museum now, but it was cool. Like it's just a dinky room with some microphones in it, pretty much. They got a little on the floor where they found out is the best place to stand.
Yeah, Jerry Lee just turned 85. There's a couple of videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
He actually put out a statement, which is pretty cool. And then there's a couple of other videos of people performing for him on his birthday.
Oh, nice.
There's not that much left of him.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. But he's still Jerry Lee, man.
Yeah.
So this one's been hitting the turntable a lot.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna bring up. This is relatively new. I guess this is almost like 10 years old now. When did this come out? 2012. This is. I'm actually wearing an appropriate shirt. This is my Asia shirt. This is Sunken Condos by Donald Fagen of the Becker-Fagen duo. That is Steely.
Did you get that at my store?
No, actually, I got this at one of his concerts.
Oh,
at the
you've got that in stock.
What? Oh, you do?
We've got that in stock.
Yeah, this
colored vinyl.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it in a second. This is the I got this. He was doing the Night Flyers tour, so he was just playing mostly his own music, some Steely Dan stuff, just like a quintet of some younger guys. I don't know if they had any horns, but it wasn't like the full Steely Dan thing. He was pretty open about that he was just doing it because he needed the money, but it was a great tour. Because he's that kind of guy. Like he's not gonna tell you like, man, I just feel like I really need to be giving these songs to the world. He's like, yeah, I don't have any money, so I got to go on tour. I love him. This is a really great record. I like almost all of his solo stuff. I think there's one album I haven't listened to, but the Night Fly, one of my that's a real comfort record to me. I can always listen to that if I'm like really freaked out. I can just listen to that one and it'll calm me down. Kamakiriad, I think I'm pronouncing that right. That one's also really good. This one's a little bit more. This one has a little bit more life and juice to it than like the Night Fly is pretty slickly produced. He's got like kind of an early drum machine on there, so I think to some people it can sound a little bit sterile. This one is all live band. Check, cool album artwork. Also, look at this. And so the early Steely Dan stuff is, and I'm just kind of including that as his work, is like kind of, it's very broad. There's like all sorts of musical influences. They have country, they have rock, they have like kind of rockabilly stuff. They have like some really serious jazz stuff, like Ellington, type things. And then kind of after Royal Scam, they got really more into like the groove thing and
fusion.
Yeah, kind of a fusion sort of thing. So everything that they did kind of after the 90s kind of sat in that sort of vibe. And so it doesn't necessarily have the danger and the recklessness that the early stuff had, but it's like they found a formula that no one else was really doing, and they just kept honing it. And that's kind of what this is. These are all little like what's the word? Vignettes of seedy characters. Hold On to That Slinky Thing is the first track, which I think is pretty self-explanatory about what that's about. And then he's got this great track called Miss Marlene, which is about this incredible bowler. And so it's just talking about how good of a bowler this girl is. The good stuff is like, I think some crime gang pulls off this really amazing heist and they're just like super excited about it. And so yeah, and Kurt Rosenwinkel's on this record, on the last track on Planet Duranda. Yeah.
Who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Kurt Rosenwinkel?
Don't know him.
Ken, he's only the most important guitar player of like the past 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, he was a Berkeley guy. He played in the Gary Burton group. And everybody, oh man. Oh shit. Okay. Kurt Rosenwinkel, man. He's got his own label now. He's really incredible. But he jazz guitar player. Probably the most copied, like when I was at Berkeley, like a lot of people were trying to play like him, and he always wears a hat, and so everyone was wearing like a hat and like he used to have a shirt and then maybe like a t-shirt over it, like a long sleeve. Everyone was trying to copy him, which was pretty annoying, but that's like what happens when someone, that tells you how important he is. So he plays a thing on the last track, and Donald kind of lets him, stretch out a little bit, which is nice. Like sometimes the solos on these records tend to be very concise, very melody oriented. Just and that's why the musicians have to be so incredible, because they have to fit certain.
Larry Carlton.
Yeah, like Larry Carlton, he can tell you like a full novel in like 16 bars, So he does that on here, but then he kind of lets him stretch out a little bit and put some fills in and stuff, so you can get a kind of a sense of the kind of stuff he's capable of. But yeah, man, Donald Fagen, man, he's making some incredible music. Oh, I gotta show the vinyl. Look at this. Speaking of cool, so this is like pretty much clear, so you can see the grooves kind of on both sides, and as you would expect, it sounds incredible. It's they really get the production exactly where they want it and where they need it for the music. So yeah, Donald Fagen, everybody.
All right, so we're stopping at 3.
Yeah, we're just doing 3, and I think the next episode So Isaac from Blind Island, he put out like a challenge, which I think I need to check to make sure that the time isn't up for that. I think we have till the end of the month. So if that's still out there, I think that's going to be the next episode we do, which is assigning a drink to a record. Finding a record that we think a certain drink fits with. So stay tuned for that. Now, what if you're like, a couple weeks into 2020 and you're kind of listening to stuff, but you're kind of feeling like, I've heard this stuff already. What does somebody do if they feel like they need to be adding more music to their collection? Where do they go, Ken?
Well, you got to come down to Paramount Record Shop on Friday or Saturday and bring a lunch and do some digging.
Yeah, there's some.
Get in the thick of it.
Yeah,
man. There's a lot of stuff to look at.
It's overwhelming. Oh, and we got the 78 player set up. Maybe I'll put that at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the video. Last time I was in there, I was taking some pictures and stuff for the page, and Ken, he had his heart set on getting the 78 player out in the middle. We put it in. It was like infinitely cooler than I thought it was going to be, because there's no electricity. We just wind it up.
It's a Victrola.
Yeah. And then halfway through one of the pieces, I was like, wow, that was a hit modulation. It turned out we just needed to wind it up again. It was slowing down. It's so cool. So that, also, guys, subscribe to our channel. Like,
please
just subscribe. Tell people about this show. They're about to pull us off the air. You don't understand. There's a lot of money riding on this.
Yeah, we're losing our sponsorship.
People are like, look, no one's watching your show. We can't give you all this money. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, everybody stay safe. Keep listening to music. Be nice to each other. Brush your teeth. I know you guys are staying at home, but like, brush your teeth. Come on.
And for God's sakes, put some pants on.
Put pants on, people. Look, nobody can see me, but I got my pants on. I don't have socks on, but I got my pants on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. I think we
at least go through the motions.
Yeah. Right.
we at least give it our best shot.
Yeah. That's a good place to.
There has been days when I haven't put pants on through this, but you know, at least I try.
Some days, oh shoot, where is it? Some days, certain days I have to put these on.
Too much information.
No, these are my dude. These are like the dude pants. I don't have I got bobbleheads of them, but maybe I'll cut that out. Anyways, we're gonna end the Victrola. Bye, everybody. Take it easy.
See ya.